Well, hello friends and family. Today I'm going to do a little run through of my Faux Dories that I make. Just a real simple, quick run through. I'm not going to go into detail about how I make them or anything. And then I want to show my washi tape inventory book so that Jeannie can see it. This is one of my Faux Dories. This one's actually a little I've got to trim the books down a little bit more. But anyway, this is how they look. They have the elastic that covers, that goes around them. They are made out of fat quarters, and I use the double-sided thick Pellon iron-on for stabilizer. And then I make my own booklets. I take paper and cut it down to size, use scrapbook paper to make the booklet covers, and then let's see if you can see that. I actually do sew them together to bind them. And here's another one with I use different color paper in each one, and that was just something I was trying. I'm not sure I like it or not, and then I make my folders to go in them. With the pockets on them, so you can, save stuff that you need to save. And then here's another booklet back here. And then they're basically just put together. I use the eyelets to, make the holes and make sure that they're nice and sturdy. And then put my, thread my elastic through. So that's what they look like. That's an example of one. Here's another one. And I sell them around my community, and they do sell very well. I also double stitch around them, and I use fray check around the edges so that they won't come apart. And I do make them for men too. I've had a couple that have wanted, something like this, a traveler's notebook, but they don't want to pay the price for it. So I do make them, for men. Now, onto my own. This is mine. Everybody knows me, knows I love shoes. And my little charm here, I have got a sewing machine, a pair of scissors, and a bee. And the reason I have all these charms is because that means something special to me. The scissors and the sewing machine, of course, because I do sew and love to do that. The bee, a while back, probably about 6 years ago, I had a friend when I was working at the gym that had just overcome cervical cancer. And she'd been through all the treatments, and she had, survived very well with her attitude and everything. But she had a bee tattooed on her top of her foot. And I asked her, I said, what in the world does a bee mean? And she said, because God told me to just be. And that stuck with me. So, that's what the bee means to me, is just be. Anyway, so on to mine. I use my booklets for different things. You can see it's decorated with a little bit of washi tape. This is, I've started to do an inventory of my craft tools that I have. Of course, I took a napkin and made my folder. And, of course, it was a peacock. Y'all saw that. And then I put one of my booklets between my folder. And there's my little pen clip. And, one of those little magnets that says Snail. And this one, I did 7 of these blocks on it so that I just, I put the date across the top of it, and then if we have something special that we have to do that day, I can just write it in. Then we check it off as we do it. And I just, filled up several pages like that. And there's the back side of that folder. And the peacock. And then this one, I stamped on the front of my booklet, and with a couple of things that I love. Of course, I love the dress form, and then Do What You Love. And then this saying, which I absolutely love, it says, imagination is more important than knowledge, for while knowledge defines all we currently know and understand, imagination leads us to all we might yet discover and create. That's just one of my favorites. And then this is a craft room wish list. So, and then this is projects that I'm doing. And then this booklet back here is just like a journal note type thing. I can, you know, write different, when we're sitting somewhere like at the VA clinic, you know, I can write, we checked in and what happened and everything. Now I'm going to take the back booklet out because Jeanielouise asked me about how I do my washi tape inventory. Because I have my washi tape inventoried, oops, my ring's slipping, in this booklet. I'm sorry about the glare on it. So that when I go to the store, because this thing right here travels with me all the time. Hence Traveler's Notebook. And I inventory all my washi tape in this so that I don't go out and just buy and buy and buy and, you know, not know what I have. So my inventory reads this way. I start out with seasonal and celebrations. So all my seasonal type washi tape goes in here. Next is like animal prints. And then I have one for camouflage because I seen that, you know, and bought it and everything, liked it. And I thought, well, if they ever come out with something else, I can put that in there. Next is alphabets, numbers, script, and music. So you can see all the... And then this one is vintage inspired. So anything that's like vintagey, like the Tim Holtz tapes and the keys and stuff like that. That's another one. Kind of fell into a different vintage feeling, but yeah. And then foreign country inspired, like Paris and England and of course this like the Grand Prix. Excuse me. Then dots. Of course, we have a lot of dots. and then diagonal and chevron and stripes. I'll go into a section. Like this. And you can see up here the last little bit up here. These are all those sets that Recollections had. So I just put, if it belonged to a set, I just made sure that I put the pieces together. And that way, if I see that I have one of something, then I know I've already got that set. So, and then the next section is floral inspired. So these are all the floral. And see, I did the same thing with that boho because these two came out of the same set. And of course, blank. And then patterns of all kinds, like miscellaneous patterns and stuff. So that's what's in here. And you can see. So, I mean, it's easy to look through it and say, oh, I have that already, so I don't need to get that. So, yeah, that's what I did there. And you can see over here that new set. Ooh, you can't hardly see it, baby blue on there, but it's there. And then solids go in a section of their own. And then other, because I didn't want to put certain ones in with patterns because they're not really patterns, they're just something else. So like, I have my favorite bird tape down here, butterflies, strawberries, stars with starburst. This one here, the geometric ones, and then the mason jars, the pencils, and the arrows. So yeah. And the new one from Dollar Tree, the Mediterranean one. And then, y'all remember I got that washi set from the wish list. So I just put it in here all together in the other. And then the next section is foiled tapes. So this is all the foiled tapes that I have. Like that. And then in the last section, I have specialty tapes. And even though some of them are foiled, they're just not something that we grab every day, every time we're going to do something. So, and the glitter and that type, and the fabric tapes, the duct tape. Yeah. Yeah. So that's how I categorize. And I'll go over that one more time. Seasonal and celebrations. animal prints, camouflage, alphabet, numbers, script, and music, vintage inspired, foreign country inspired, dots, diagonal and chevron and stripes, floral inspired, patterns of all kinds, solids, other, and then foiled tapes, and then specialty tapes. So that's how I use one of the booklets in my Faux Dory, or as some people call these, fabric dories, to have with me at all times, so that I can, when I'm shopping for craft supplies and washi and stuff like that, if I like something and I see it, more than likely I probably already have it. But this helps me make sure that I already have it, so that I can get it without worrying. You know what I mean? Just not repeating. You know, because when you repeat, unless you're going to give it to somebody else, a lot of times it wastes money. And I can't afford to waste money. I like to buy my craft stuff, so I like to make sure that I have, the money to not waste. So I can buy more stuff. Anyway, so that was that. I do have a thrift store haul and a Hobby Lobby haul that I will be filming later on. So, yeah, y'all, it's been a kind of laid back day for me. But I did know I wanted to go ahead and get this video up, especially because Jeannie had asked me a couple of times in comments on my videos about it. So I wanted to make sure that I got this up. So, yeah, we are in a state of awareness right now because we're, I live in the southeastern part of North Carolina, and right now there's a possibility of a tropical system coming through this weekend. And, of course, it being Memorial Day weekend, we have a lot of beach families coming into the beach for vacation and stuff like that. And so everybody's kind of on, be aware, watch the weather, but regardless of that, the weather has already said that we are going to get plenty of rain, which my ditches are still full from all the rain we had last week. So anyway, I might be housebound all weekend and be, and I'll probably work on several things at one time like I normally do. Anyway, this video is long enough, and so I appreciate y'all so much. I really do. I thank you for watching me. As goofy as I am, I thank you for supporting my channel. I love you guys. I've already just fallen in love with you guys, and I thank you so much for, for being there and supporting and watching all my goofiness and all that. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you. And, yeah, thank you. So y'all just have a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video, and goodbye from North Carolina.